Good morning. It's time to get started on our PhET practice assignment where we'll be interacting with all 4 learning targets kind of in real life scenarios or close to real life scenarios in this investigation. So you've got your simulation pulled up. We want to go ahead and split screen with Notability so we can see a little bit of each. And this might be a time where you kind of want to make your simulation a little bit bigger so you can really interact with it. So here for the first one, we've got our forces open. We want to go to acceleration and select forces and values in the menu bar just like this. So acceleration, we want to have forces and values turned on. And then we want to just do a quick review of what a force is here. We know a force is considered to be a push or a pull on an assignment or on an object. Now there's a couple different scenes to get set up here. The first one is essentially done for us already. This is what we want to be seeing. The person standing next to the box. We want to know in this moment what forces are acting on the box. Some maybe can be seen in the simulation and some maybe not. So you might remember we've talked a couple times about always thinking of gravity first. So we know gravity is there interacting on that box in a downward motion, right? But then what would be opposite of gravity acting on it? Now as we start to go through here, I am going to ask you to draw and label those arrows onto the diagram as they start showing up here. So this particular one, you're going to set up 100 newtons by clicking the arrows. So that's here. Get it to 100, and now we're going to see that the force arrows show up. Okay, so you're just going to replicate this onto your picture here. Again, making sure they're the right direction, the right size, and the right label with a few questions to go. Okay, so continuing on with that part. Part 2, you're switching to a different interactive. Here we're going to net force. So in the simulation, down at the bottom, there's a few different examples. So here we're going to net force. So we see something totally different. We're setting it up a little bit different. So again, make sure you have the correct selections and you start to follow along and include what you need to. Part 3, you are going back to the acceleration simulation. And you might even pop back in there beforehand to answer some of these questions. Part 3, understanding acceleration. And then there is a challenge here, so give that a try. And then part 4 is really putting it to use. So trying to apply these force ideas to kind of real life scenarios. So these don't fit exactly into the simulation, but you can always go back to the simulation and try to kind of create that scenario as you go. As always, shoot me a message if you need something. Good luck, team.